Welcome to the 20th installment of the Flight Room TV podcast. I'll be your host tonight, Concourse P, and my counterparts. I'm about to go around the room, introduce everybody if you don't know. Also, follow us on all social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel. First, Randall. We got P Shack.
What up?
Lighthouse. Hey Al. And Simo, Corey.
Yeah.
Brian will be joining us a little bit later. Start out the show. Our first question is preference on watching a football game. Would you rather do it at a stadium, a bar, a friend's house, or just solo?
It depends.
Me? Oh, you got it?
If I got cash on the game, I'm trying to watch that shit solo because, I'll be in the show acting a goddamn fool. Too fucking loud, screaming at the fucking top of my lungs. I might even break something. If I got enough scratch on the game, I might break something. But if it's like, a get-together with the fellas and stuff, yeah, maybe every now and then. I can't have, no bread on the game, though, because I'd be too invested.
Nah, I do feel that.
Yeah, for me, I feel like I can watch a game out at a bar with friends, or even at the house. But I feel like Redskins games for me, I gotta watch in my house because I'll be so loud, and I don't even know if I could actually watch a Redskins game at a bar by myself. I could do that with other games, but it's a little bit too much emotion for me. I
feel you. Only time I watch a game by myself though is when it's a personal game. When it's like your team, that's the only time I could do it by myself. But if I'm at a stadium, it gotta be hot. I don't want to go during the winter time, learn my lesson from that shit. If it's at a friend's house or something like that, you gotta be a big game or a boxing match or something.
Yep.
Yeah, something entertaining.
Shit, me personally, if I'm watching it with the friends, we got to be going head to head just so I can talk shit. I like watching it with the friends, especially if we going head to head. I want to talk some shit. So definitely, I definitely enjoy watching it with the homies.
So Corey, you will watch it with so you're a Pittsburgh fan, right? You will watch it with a Ravens fan sitting right next to you on your couch.
Fuck yeah, I would be talking hella shit. We went to a couple of the games up at the Ravens Stadium and shit. I'm talking hella shit the whole time. I'm the only black and yellow in the little area and shit. Talking hella shit.
Nah, Pittsburgh traveled well.
You was loving that shit.
Oh yeah. I took videos and everything. Put the shit on the ground. Talking hella shit. Especially when we win. Fuck it. I like being around the opponents. I like being around the opponents and shit. I think we all went to a bar a couple of times or whatever to go watch the games and shit. That shit's fun. Then we went out DC somewhere. They had the sandbag games. We were playing out there trying that shit.
Yeah,
but
cornhole.
preferably in the house with the homies. You can be as loud as you want to be, get as fucked up as you want to get fucked up, and yeah. With the homies.
Yeah, I would go with I'll probably say my preference. If I had to choose every time, I go watch it live at the stadium because I just like the energy that's in the stadium. I like the camaraderie between the fellow fans. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it just enhances the moment. So I like watching going to live games, and then and I also like, going over to a friend's house. Like Corey said, you can be as loud as you want to, get as fucked up as you want to. That also plays a part in that too. And then, that's pretty much. And I think that I'll probably say my least favorite place to probably watch a game would be at a bar. Just because I feel like even though you might be into it, it might be a lot of fellow fans, but I feel like at a bar it's more social. so people kind of talk more. You know, you can't really hear the game. You know what I'm saying? You just watching the game, you can't hear it. So I feel like, you know, you're not getting that experience. You're not getting the best experience of the game at a bar. But like I said, if I had to choose, I'd probably see the game live.
Well, even when it's cold as shit?
You know, we went to that damn Chiefs game. That shit was trash. I mean, but if we put it like this, if it was a good game though, your ass would have been into it though. We was getting our ass whooped that game. But if it was a good game, I think we would have been fine.
It was cold.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I went to the that was my first game at the Pittsburgh stadium and shit, at Heinz Field and shit. We was playing Tom Brady with his bitch ass against the Patriots. Against the Patriots, and yeah, it was raining and it was cold out there, Joint. I didn't give a fuck.
Ooh, that's a bad combo.
Yeah, it was raining and it was cold. But we was in it. We was in that joint. We was in that joint till Gronk showed up.
And he looked good in training camp.
Yeah, he did. He look in shape, bro.
I want to see. Let's see what he did.
He said he never sweat that much in his whole life because you know they was in New England for a while.
Oh, yeah.
They hitting that 90 degrees, 95 degrees.
He probably losing weight out there then.
Mm-hmm.
He got smaller too though. Like during like his
Tom Brady gonna be looking a little skinny too, cause he said he ain't never lose this much weight either.
Brady?
They both.
That Florida humidity.
The heat.
Yeah, that shit's serious.
What you got, Al?
Me, man. Yeah. Because I'm a Cowboys fan, but I always have to watch about stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the commentary as it is.
What you mean? Y'all
already know this man Al shuts off his phone. He don't talk to nobody when the Cowboys is on. He don't want to hear shit. No text or nothing.
You talking about the sports commentary?
No, not even just the sports commentators. I don't even like, honestly, truthfully, I don't even like hearing other Cowboys commentary. I don't like hearing other Cowboys commentary. I don't really care for, you know what I'm saying, people who aren't invested in the Cowboys who provide commentary. So, like, I'm watching the game with some non-Cowboy fans. The only time, I mean, they're literally not watching the game for enjoyment. They're watching the game to see misery out of meal.
I was in there doing like he taking the SAT. It's quiet. Quiet in that shit.
But plus, I be loud as hell. Like, I be loud as hell. Like, everybody else said.
You let Jim watch it with you?
Huh?
You let Jim watch it with you?
Every once in a while, it all depends on how she feels.
He said,
every once in a while, you gotta go upstairs.
Nah, I do feel you, because that's like
funny, bro.
That's another distraction though. Sometimes that could be like another hurdle during the game. That shit's frustrating, man.
I go downstairs, but at the same time, like she knows she's respectful. She knows how I am during games. She knows how I am on Sundays, Thursdays, Mondays, and some Saturdays. Like if my team is on, like all right, like. Let me be in my zone. Unless we playing the Redskins, let me be in my zone. I can say whatever the hell I want to. For real.
Slick though always ask you what's the damn score when they can look at the damn score.
Who?
Females. They're like, oh, what's the score? We can look at
the types of shit. You could be sitting there looking, man, they ask you what happened. It's like obviously some shit. Like I ain't smiling. Damn.
That's so true.
You know,
yeah.
So that's it. I mean, I'd rather watch that joint at home. I mean, of course, I love live games, and then of course, I love like being at a friend's house. But I go to a friend's house if we're not playing for real. Like so, even y'all have seen it in multiple occasions. Whereas though, like the Cowboys be playing the Redskins, and like literally either I show up late or I show up like you know what I'm saying, like and I'm in the zone, like I'm
yeah.
Like, so I mean, it is what it is. That's how I mean. As long as you know what's Sunday.
But still, like, the best part about being at your house, you can just watch that shit straight up in your drawers in a fucking robe. You ain't got to get dressed or nothing.
Hey,
everything on deck.
You can handle business. You can handle business during commercials. Get your food, get your drink, whatever you want.
Y'all be
screaming loud as shit.
Y'all superstitious with y'all shit?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Sometimes, yeah. Oh, man, yeah.
What'd he say?
Yeah.
What was the question?
Are you superstitious?
I got
Oh, yeah.
And my shit be a whole bunch of crazy shit.
If I don't watch the opening kickoff, I feel like we're gonna lose. That's just my thing.
Yeah.
If I miss the opening kickoff because of somebody, I'm pissed.
Marcus, you superstitious?
Yeah, I used to be a lot. Like any routine that was different. Like if I did something and then we lost the game, then I make sure I wouldn't do that same shit the next game. You know what I'm saying? Like it would just be little stupid shit. But I used to do that a lot though. I ain't gonna lie, I used to do that shit a lot.
And
yeah. But I would say being a Redskins fan throughout the years, I will say that you can kind of get a sense within like the first couple plays of the game how the shit gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, all right, like these niggas ain't bringing that energy today. Like this ain't feeling good. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, that's so true.
I definitely gotta eat before the game too. If I don't eat, like shit is like way off. I can't like eat,
really?
eat during the game and like expect like a good outcome. I gotta eat before the game.
You wear your jersey game day or during the week?
Now I wear the socks, the drawers, the shorts, the jerseys.
I be putting all my Redskins gear on and shit on Sundays.
Nah, that's how I be too. Especially like playoffs. If I wore some shit that opening week, I'm wearing the same shit again. And it's weird, like, all right, wherever I'm at and they score the first touchdown, I gotta just stay there and watch the game. It don't even fucking matter. Like if I'm in the living room standing by the couch, I gotta stand by that couch for real, chill. That's why I did like the whole Super Bowl, yo. I like went upstairs to grab my drink and they scored the first touchdown. It was over and I was like, fuck, I gotta be stuck upstairs. Everybody was downstairs and shit too. It was crazy. So I stayed by
how stressful
like,
was
you better
that,
stay up there.
How stressful was that though for your team to finally make it to the Super Bowl? Like what kind of pressure was you feeling like that whole day? I know that because I know if the Redskins made it to the Super Bowl, like I fucking have knots in my stomach the whole goddamn day.
Like
up to that motherfucker.
Like I was nervous, but I was like confident still because I knew they could just score though. Like I knew if anything they're gonna score something. But like the way the fucking game went, it was just drama because there was no fucking defense in that shit. So it was just like back and forth the whole game till the end.
Hey,
but
talking about stress, you can ask,
left drive.
You can ask Brian this. Like when we used to watch games in the Villa, I used to break out in hives. This nigga used to say, I would never question your fanhood because
because you be invested in that shit, man. It's crazy.
It was wild.
Yeah, I had to. So the superstitious thing, I actually had to stop wearing anything like any shirt that was Redskins on it because we lost like 3 in a row, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm not wearing this. I'm not wearing no jersey, no shirt again." As soon as I stopped wearing that shit, all I had was the hat on, and I had the socks. I think we went on like a 5-game winning streak or something like that. I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, I'm not wearing this shirt no more."
That's why I posed the question: do you wear your jersey? What you rocking?
Like super superstitious.
Got it. Work.
Yeah, I'm with that kickoff shit though. I got to see the kickoff.
Man,
Got to see the kickoff.
I'm pissed.
Let's fuck. Like we really can't.
Go ahead.
I'm saying we can't really go to bars. There's like this one bar I was looking into like for this upcoming season I wanted to go to. They got like kind of like that Vegas style stadium seats and the big screen. It's in I want to say it's in Alexandria.
There's a bar?
Yeah, it's like a sports bar, but it got like you know how you go to like sports books in Vegas and they got the stadium seats with the team.
Okay.
That's sweet.
In Alexandria, I might have to hit that joint now. Sound nice.
That's dead though. Ain't shit happening.
Corey gonna Uber Eats that motherfucker.
You know it. Something coming.
Yeah, but ain't nothing like that. The camaraderie when you actually go to a game.
Yeah,
so many people pump.
Yeah,
you see so many people pump like you. Like sometimes I'm feeling like I'm the only one. I mean, especially when I talk to y'all, I know that y'all be hyped. But like I feel like if you by yourself for like 2, 3, 4 weeks, and you know what I'm saying, you hype as fuck. Right. And then we actually go to the game and you see everybody amp like a whole hour before the game. Like, it just feels good. You're like, all right.
Especially
the tailgating, too.
Yeah.
Y'all get into the tailgating? Y'all do tailgating?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shit,
me and Randall, part of the game.
Me and Randall was like hopping around a couple joints. People was like offering us food and shit. Like we was.
I've never tailgated.
You playing
Never tailgated. So y'all just roll up that joint and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody just cool. Everybody just cool.
Yeah, nigga, that's the thing. That's what's so weird.
It was like 4 of us. We went there an hour early, and we had a couple cups, but it was like a competition. It was a barbecue competition. So they just kept passing. They was like, taste this shit. My shit better. Nah, taste this. My shit better. Man, we was full as fuck before we went in there.
I believe.
I believe.
Especially like sometimes after the games too, because like FedEx Field was fucking difficult to get out. You just
oh yeah,
chill.
Yeah, tailgate like a family reunion for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? You get to see all your you get to see all
how it is though.
every place, yeah.
Yeah,
everybody comes for the same goal.
Yep. And they be sharing all that.
Anybody been to a college tailgate?
Yeah, when I went to the Miami game last year.
Oh, how was that?
Live-ish. I think I was in A County.
For real? I can imagine. I can imagine at a Miami tailgate. That shit is crazy. I can imagine.
And we did the Redskins game was that same weekend. That shit was live, and it was so many Redskins.
Who did Miami play? Who they play that game?
Virginia.
Okay.
There was so many people from the DMV, like here, regardless, because Virginia that was in Miami. There was Redskins.
Labor Day weekend too, right?
Huh?
Labor Day weekend? No.
I want to say it was the week after Labor Day. Yeah. That shit was live.
Yeah, I went to a tailgate at Penn State. I've been to a tailgate at Penn State versus Maryland, a tailgate at Maryland versus Penn State. Them jokes be live, like that should be funny and shit. Like it's just a whole bunch of white college.
Who was the home team then?
One time
Maryland home game.
Yeah, one time it was Penn State, and then last year it was Maryland. The Friday night game. That shit was funny as shit, even though Maryland got drugged.
What's that Penn State like stadium like? They got the biggest joint in the country, right? No, they got the biggest stadium.
Hey, I'm not even.
That shit got to be crazy.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. So
it's up there.
Yeah, my young boy played for Iowa, and we went to a game up there when they played Penn State versus Iowa, probably like 2008, probably a little bit after that. Dog, and our seats was like when I say at the top of the stadium, I'm talking about like I'm talking about high-fiving God up in that bitch, like
parachute down,
top of the stadium. But like literally, as you're walking up there, you know what I'm saying, like. The joint is the scariest sight. Like yes, FedEx Field and like at the top of the stadium, that joint is scary. But like literally, it's a college stadium and that joint is like shaking and everything. It's 100,000 fans and that joint packed and like that joint is just shaking. And you're like, oh my gosh, how the hell am I going to do this? And we were drunk too off that the Remy White that time. Oh my god, this is not good for anybody, young. But nah, that's
Remy had a white
experience.
And like Michigan, like Texas A&M, those are like the biggest stadium.
Yeah, and I want
Georgia and Tennessee up there too.
Yeah, over 100,000 fans. That's the thing about it. You think about it, it's like over 100,000 fans in one fucking.
And not NPC at all.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
College football ain't nothing like it. Yeah.
To that point, Al, I know there was numerous times where I would walk down them steps, or be walking up, and I'll be like, Lord, please don't let me fall.
Hey, so I looked it up. So Michigan is the biggest, 107,000. Penn State, 106. Damn. Ohio State, 102. Texas A&M, 102.
Damn.
Oh,
that's the top 4.
Yep, that's crazy.
All these sellouts.
That's a lot of motherfuckers.
That's a lot
big
of money.
House. That's why they call it the big house.
Tennessee 5, LSU 6.
That's crazy.
Yeah, got me wanting to hit a tailgate up, man. I gotta hit me a tailgate.
It's the best.
Remember we was at that one college party and they was telling us West Virginia got the best tailgate.
West Virginia was the best party school. You said what they say. You go to a
yeah.
You was there too, Mark. It was like you go down the street and like it literally is a sign on the side of the curb that say beer this way, quarter. Whatever was it, like a quarter or a quarter for a beer or some shit like that.
He said, I will take you to West Virginia and you will crawl back.
Yeah, I remember that story.
I swear to God, you will crawl.
I remember that story.
It's like, I don't know if I want to crawl.
Yeah, I don't know about that either.
Yeah.
Hey, but West Virginia was like the party school when we was in back when we was in college.
Hey, look at
Oh,
That
those.
was
yeah.
like the one. That was like the one.
Out of there.
Arms out.
Yeah.
I told him he got that. I said he got that Michael Jackson Thriller walk out here, that zombie walk.
And he was determined wherever he was going now.
You better go get some food.
Well, I mean, since we on sports, you know, a lot of stuff been going on today. In the NBA, protesting going on, games canceled. Obviously, this means a lot because we talking about playoff games, and we also talking about the NBA losing money. Is the NBA losing money? I mean, I guess so because there's no, because you know, it's not like fans are going to the stadium. I mean, I guess there's no ratings. I don't know. I don't know how that works, but you know, what's y'all thoughts on the protest? Players not, you know, games being canceled. Do y'all think this is moving in the right direction? What's your opinion on it?
I got one thing to say. So wasn't Kyrie Irving right with all this shit? Like he was the first one in the league with this shit, saying like if we do this shit, like why even play?
He did.
He did say it.
If you want to make like a sound or ripple in society, why even play? Like all the shit.
He did say that.
All the shit was going on, and we predicted the shit another instant or 2 or 5 or 6 or 20. It's been 20 instances if you haven't been keeping count. There's been 20 instances since George Floyd. So why are we doing this shit now?
So I think he did say that. I think he wasn't actually playing, so I don't think that sounding, effect. And also, I think I don't know. I feel like we was already in the zone of not having sports at that time, so I don't really think it would have been that significant of them not coming back. I don't think we would have missed a lot. I think with having them play and not even finish the first round of the playoffs and then stop, I feel like that kind of, that's like you giving something and then you taking away. I don't know. I feel like that might actually be more of a statement, especially for fans out there.
But at the same time, like all these other sports had started, like baseball started, hockey started, football is gearing up. So if basketball as a whole, as a unit, had stopped and like, nah, we're not rocking with this because of these incidents happening. I mean, it could have been probably not as loud as starting and stopping, but it could have been pretty. They could have.
Yeah, it could have been significant. It would have got a lot of media around it. But to your point too, Marcus, I think that so if you think about advertisements, a lot of people get their money from advertisements and commercials and stuff like that. And usually there's contracts in place where people know how many millions of people is going to watch a game. And so with that taken away, all 3 games taken away, I feel like the NBA, they are losing money. They're losing a lot of their advertisements because contractual wise, they either got to get the money back or they actually got to play the game. And that's why if you think about it, and I was looking at this on TV and I was looking at the news too, they kept saying boycott, boycott, boycott. And then 30 minutes later, every NBA station, like the actual NBA TV and SportsCenter kept saying postponement because they don't want that word in people's ears. They don't want to say that the players are boycotting. They said, oh, they didn't come out, so we're gonna postpone the rest of the games. No, nigga, like nobody was gonna come out. Like stop playing games. So I don't know. I think that they're trying to I don't know if they're trying to minimize it, but they're just trying to play it like, one team had that idea and now we're gonna postpone it, so y'all gonna see them later. So I'm curious to see, how that's gonna go. If it's going to be some type of demand or media attention or like a whole 2 hours focused on this, that's what I'm curious to see how this is going to, turn out. So.
Yeah.
So they said so I was just gonna say they said they said that so Milwaukee started this shit. Milwaukee, was scheduled to play in the first game with Orlando today. And like, of course, Orlando came out on the court and then stayed in the locker room. That shit's funny as shit to me.
Yeah.
But, they said like when Milwaukee was in the locker room, Milwaukee was end up being on the having a conference call. Not only did they have like a team meeting inside the locker room for like 3 hours, but they also had like the governor as well as like the attorney general.
Yeah.
In Milwaukee or Wisconsin or wherever that situation occurred in on the line, you know what I'm saying? And that way they were actually talking about like, of course, I don't know necessarily what happened behind that closed door meeting, but they were trying to talk about like how this situation in Milwaukee or in their town could be adjusted. And so I think that, you know what I'm saying? Of course, we already know about the postponement and boycotting and all that shit. They're going to try to find a way. Like I think the players are still meeting tonight at 8, trying to figure out exactly what they're going to do as far as like moving forward, or if they move forward, or whatever the plans may be. But I think that is it's early. It's super early. You know what I'm saying? It's the day of, so it's super early to try to justify or try to figure out exactly what's going to happen. But I would love to see like these conversations, and I hope these conversations continue to grow. Whereas though, you know what I'm saying, we actually are. Or they are not only holding the people accountable, but also like actually having the conversations with the people who are making who have the ability to make some true decisions, make some changes in their environment.
Yeah. I would say that's dope as shit though, because I was ignorant to the fact I didn't know what the hell was going on. I see y'all posted in the chat talking about the NBA is boycotting. Like, why are they boycotting? What the hell is going on, or whatever the fuck? So I had to Google this shit up, and I seen because it happened in Milwaukee or whatever. The team, like I was saying, the team had was trying to talk to the attorney general and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fucking dope. I think it's fucking dope. It's no what they call it. I ain't really trying to shit on Colin Kaepernick. As far as like just kneeling, it's no just kneeling shit up this joint. But these
I got a
niggas
fun fact about that shit.
Yeah, but they actually trying to talk to the attorney general, and you know what I'm saying, and get some shit.
Get some action, yep. And the Brewers and the Reds have been canceled. They're not playing today. They're boycotting, and all the WNBA games are boycotting as well. So
yeah, I was gonna say that too. Damn.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say the WNBA. The WNBA been on it. You know what I'm saying? Like they've been on like the social justice, the social movement. They had like today they actually had some of the players for the Mystics, if I'm not mistaken, walk to the arena, and they had like they showed the names on the shirt, and then on the back of the shirt they had 7 bullet or the illusion of 7 bullet holes in the back of their shirt. But then also you want to think about Maya Moore. Maya Moore is probably one of the greatest WNBA players to ever live, and she sat out. She sat out last season to work on. I mean, not to work on, to focus on getting man exonerated from being wrongfully convicted of a crime. I think like I said, the WNBA's truly always been on it, or at least the WNBA players have been on it and been about it.
All right, so
they have.
On this topic, so I just want to pose a question now. Let's say you're on the let's say you're the attorney general, or like just say you put yourself on the other end, like the people who can actually make a difference, right? So let's say let's say that in the city of Milwaukee, citizens have been complaining to the city officials like, oh, police brutality, the police are treating us bad, right? And they've been ignoring that, allowing this police brutality to go in Milwaukee. And then all of a sudden, Giannis hit the phone and was like, hey, attorney general, I ain't fucking with this shit. We ain't gonna play. What makes his voice so much, like, why would the attorney general want to listen to him more than the people who actually live in the city just because this nigga plays basketball well? You see what I'm saying? Or because even if he has a stage, even if he has a platform, like what makes that okay? But even money is like all right, the people in Milwaukee not going to the games. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about for the city of Milwaukee. I'm not talking about the NBA. Like at the NBA, at the end of the day, what money is Milwaukee making from? You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm just trying to understand how does the voice of an athlete like make crime stop or put.
It's just showing his obligation to the community for real. I feel like You know, just like they said they wanted
called
to
the
back
athletes.
yeah, I mean, yeah, and like that type, like.
Yeah, I understand from that perspective. Like they're just trying to show their, you know, their, you know, how they have the backs of the city. But I'm speaking from the perspective of the people who can actually make a change. Like why? Like what would make me, if I'm the attorney general, like, oh shit, Chris Middleton said he tired of the police brutality. Now I'm going to change. Now I'm going to make a change. So you see what I'm saying? Like what? Why does that make it more of a thing? Just because Chris Middleton or niggas on the Bucks decided they want to play basketball? Like how does that motivate somebody to say, oh, now I'm going to pass a law because that nigga don't want to shoot no more? You see what I'm saying?
I mean,
I'm
just kind of
really,
like you said, just bringing more awareness to it.
I see what you're saying because people should have that morale anyway. You know what I'm saying? But
that's what I'm saying. It's like, oh no, the athletes are mad now. Now I got to change. That don't seem realistic to me, to be honest.
I think
Does
like,
it?
in a lot of scenarios, it probably wouldn't matter if athletes said the shit, or it's just like a token thing to say. But I think Milwaukee is perfect because it's like a small, you know, towny type feel. Like they got the Packers. The Packers own, like the fans own the team. Milwaukee Bucks, like it's like, you know, it's almost like a college atmosphere, like how they show up for the games and shit. But like I think he could have a little bit of power or like a little bit of say so to influence somebody to make some type of at least you got. But the thing is, like, they can like force somebody to like arrest somebody, but the charges they be putting on people just don't make it realistic. You know what I mean? They'll put like first degree murder on somebody knowing it won't stick.
Yeah, I think
Trayvon shit. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But I think also with the attorney general shit is like being as though, hypothetically speaking, well, fuck it, not even hypothetically speaking, we talking about the attorney general of Milwaukee. We got if you have the attorney general of Milwaukee walking down the street, and I won't even put Giannis up there because Giannis is 10. You got Chris Middleton walking down the street. Beside these two, I mean, like these two niggas walking side by side, you know what I'm saying? Chris Middleton is might be a more public figure. And so a more public figure, and it might not even be because of his record or anything of the sort, what he's done for the community, anything of the sort, but Chris Middleton might be more recognizable to the community as opposed to the attorney general. And because like Chris Middleton now has a backing, he has a following, he has a voice, he has this platform that he's utilizing to rile up different people. He has the voter support. And now the attorney general, yes, he's supposed to have been working for the community and working for everybody involved, but now he definitely has to work and do his job to the utmost because now the bright lights, and it's probably even worse of an analogy because they're the Milwaukee Bucks, but the deer in the headlights now is that true form because like I'm supposed to do what's right. I have to do what's right because the lights are at its brightest right now. And that might just be like the attempt. And even still, just because like they're having a conversation the same way, the conversation might just be like, you know what I'm saying? It might be a surface level conversation. It might not even be, it might even lead to no action because of however the fuck that Milwaukee runs. Milwaukee actually has a player that was, Sterling Brown was a part of that police
Sterling Brown
like 2 years ago. So I mean, that shit, I mean, like, and so that might be actually the call to action because it's like, all right, man, y'all said y'all was going, like 2 years ago when this shit happened to one of my brothers on the team, y'all said y'all was going to look into this shit, y'all was going to make some changes. But now 2 years later, it's like, all right, we ain't seen no changes. We ain't seen no, what's it called? Now y'all even getting worse where y'all actually shooting people. So, I mean, it might not, of course we know it's not Milwaukee, it's Kenosha but it's that surrounding area and they probably do so.
Yeah, I think to piggyback off of that, I think that some of these superstars and players actually do have, you know, the governor's ear, and you know, I say that to say, just think about how many people got the keys to the city. You know what I'm saying? Like the quote unquote keys to the city, but when they do that shit, that means that you listening. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that shit just randomly. And I'm even going to talk about Drake. I'm not a whole Drake fan, but if you just look at how much backing he got in Canada, you know what I'm saying? If he talked to the whatever, I don't even know. I know they don't got a president, but whatever he's called,
Parliament.
If he talked to them and say, hey, look, like, you know what I'm saying, this is affecting the culture, blah 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 blah. What can we do about it? I feel like he would listen. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's some power to it. It's some power.
It's the money and the status. Yeah. Money and the status. Unfortunately, that's what it takes. That's what it takes for motherfuckers to look at issues anyway, or to reevaluate what the fuck is going on.
If you think about like changes, right? Changes in history. Like people really don't take attention to stuff unless it's never happened before, and this shit's never happened before. Like nobody has boycotted games because of racial issues. Muhammad Ali's done it, but that's not basketball. You know what I'm saying? So this is something that brings a lot of attention because it's never happened before. I think that actually is a big recognition too.
And to even piggyback off that a little bit, they're unified with it. So it's not even just like one player, like know. Like of course, we seen Cap, we seen dude Rahif, whatever, I forgot his name, the guard that kneeled first before Cap.
The Nuggets.
The entire NBA doing it. You got you got, of course, you see all the different WNBA players. I mean, players in MLS and now MLB too. But unify with it. So the NBA, I think the voice is. This shit might. I don't know. Yeah. You also got Kenny the Jet. Y'all seen Kenny the Jet too?
Yeah, he walked offset.
Y'all gotta give a shout out to Orlando though for not taking that forfeit.
Yeah,
for not taking that forfeit. You gotta give a shout out to them niggas.
So you think if Milwaukee didn't take the lead with the shit, you think like the other teams would have, especially LeBron? You think he would have?
I think Toronto was really going to though before. They was talking about that shit yesterday. Milwaukee kind of kept this shit on the wraps.
Yeah, Toronto was yeah, you're right. They was already in talks of doing it, and I feel like they hit it to the home because of where Milwaukee is and where it happened.
Right.
I mean, the way I look at it, I think like right now, if one team makes that level of a gesture to like cancel or say we're not going to play our game because out of protest, it's almost the way things is now. You have no choice but to follow suit because then there's going to be a question like, oh, they stood for the cause, but your team didn't stand for the cause, or you didn't say anything, or you didn't put a hashtag. So like, all it takes is for one person to do it, and everybody else going to follow.
Do that show.
Same thing happened with all the big businesses. Same shit happened. One big business follow suit. Now we're going to say that we support the blacks. Then everybody's gonna say we're racist. So let me put my statement out there. That's what's going on right now. It's that type.
No, but I was gonna say it's gonna become trendy though soon. Like they turn that shit into business somehow.
That's what they've been doing.
Yeah, we'll see the shit because ain't nothing else going.
We was talking about Nike checks on Black Lives Matter T-shirts.
But as like a teammate, you can't even like step out of what the team is doing. Like as far as like taking a stand. Like if one person wearing a shirt or a hat like the Lakers did, everybody gotta wear a hat, shirt.
Right.
You know how they like.
I mean, the one dude from the Magic, he everybody on his team knelt, he didn't. The one that tore his ACL. So I mean, it's still some individualism.
Young boy.
Jonathan Isaac. Yeah. So I mean, it's still some individualism in the league. It's not like everybody is hive-minded.
But they still highlighted him. You know what I'm saying?
Because everybody else doing the same shit. Of course you're gonna stand out. Everybody else doing the same thing. I mean, literally, he was the only nigga standing.
Well, who highlighted him?
The media highlighted.
Because they came. We about to watch a basketball game. They say, "Oh, look at the basketball players kneeling." Oh shit, one of them standing up. Like obviously you're gonna get attention for that shit. They was already recording it.
But I mean, the same way. I mean, like, it's not necessarily. I don't want to say it's a highlight. The same. I mean, you ask questions like the same way. Like when Cap did it. It wasn't like they highlighted Cap. They started asking questions, and that's when Cap started providing more answers. So I don't want to say. I don't know necessarily because even Myers Leonard didn't stand. Like what I'm saying. Like we talk about it, but it's not necessarily like a highlight. It's a pressing issue or it's a talking point because you are the only person or you are one of few people to actually not stand or not kneel or do whatever you decide to do. Like the same way, and I don't know if y'all saw the video where LeBron like wasn't on court for the national anthem, and like they said, LeBron, why weren't you on the court? And he was like, do you really want me to answer that? I mean, like it's a talking point. Like these niggas are trained media professionals. They're journalists. They're supposed to find out the story. And if I can break a story, if I can do whatever it is to do my job and make sure that my name is front page along with this story, that's what I need to do. So if I'm going to find out why Jonathan Isaac isn't standing, why Myers Leonard isn't standing, why LeBron isn't on what's it called? I don't know why the reporter, as a journalist, I don't know why the reporter didn't ask further questions and why he backed away. Like, nah, I don't even want to know why you weren't out there for the national anthem, LeBron. But yeah, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do as a journalist. You're supposed to find out, especially when only thing you can do is talk about basketball. So one of the other things you're supposed to do is try to find another avenue or try to find another platform or outlet for your name to get out there.
Yeah. By the way, Kenny Smith, they said they asked Kenny Smith a question and he just walked off the set. He said he ain't doing TNT. He just walked off.
Yeah.
Oh, it looked like this shit is like
I'm confused.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
So Kenny pulled up. He said, so like I don't even know how the question was posed to him, but whatever. He was like, yeah, he started talking. He was like, I basically like I'm in support of my brothers, the basketball players. I'm a former basketball player. I'm a black man. Like, as I was driving up to the studio tonight, it just didn't seem right. Something about it just didn't seem right. It didn't sit right with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm here, but I'm not here mentally. Like, and because of that, like, I'm just gonna walk out. I'm not gonna be here tonight, or something along the lines of I'm not here. He took his mic off and he literally walked off the stage. I mean, walked off the set and was like, "Y'all can do with it what y'all want."
Can I ask y'all a question? Do y'all know anybody in your personal life? Because we all black, which means we all experiencing this shit, just like Kenny Smith, just like these niggas on TV. Like, y'all know any nigga that couldn't make it to work because they so distraught over the black police shooting? But I'm just honest. Like, do y'all know any like niggas that any everyday people you see, like just niggas you know, cousins, families, aunts, uncles, friends, like any of these niggas you know that just, oh fuck, man, that nigga got shot, I can't do it.
Hold on. I think
we got bills to pay.
Hold on, but no. But even still, you don't necessarily know if somebody called out and said I need to take a mental health day because of all the shit that's going on. So like you can say like this shit is affecting. Even if it's you can say police shootings, but you say if hypothetically speaking, if a cousin around the corner way to X, Y, and Z, you say, oh, I'm gonna take a mental health day. So like literally, if this is your platform and this is your opportunity to make a stance because you are not a prominent figure in society, you make that stance and you do that. Like you can take a mental health day. Like we have mental health days. Like we legit have mental health days. NBA players and NFL players, they have rest days or what have you. And so for like you to be an NBA player and like this shit hit home with you, like you are, yes, you are outside of that community, but at the same time, you're still deep into that community because those are your people, those are your family, those are your people that are going through some of the struggles. Those are some of the people that you are trying to give back to and make their lives better. And then all of a sudden you see something like that and happen. And then you know for a fact that you still have to experience some of the same stuff. And once again, Milwaukee took that stance. And one of the reasons Milwaukee probably took that stance is because one of their players, one of their brothers on their team experienced something similar. Whereas been the same exact, and I don't want to put that on him, but he could have been the same exact statistic as anybody else because he is a young black man. And now that situation is home. So he could have came and he was like, he could have been like legit, he could have started it. I don't want to put that on him. I don't want to put that on anybody in the locker room. But even George Hill
I watched that whole shit.
2 days ago, George Hill was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we shouldn't even be in this damn place. Like, legit. This was right after the shit happened. He was like, we shouldn't even be in this damn place. And so, like, something happened like that for it to happen again. And then you see what happened the night after, where as though a white boy shoots two to three people at a protest. Like, you legit are tired and you might need a mental health break. It's cool to say you need a mental health break, and it's cool to be like, all right, fuck it, not today.
No, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying, but what I'm saying is
I agree with that.
That nigga went to work and then walked out of work. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying the nigga called in was like, damn, I'm so distraught, man. You know what? I'm just gonna call it out today, guys. Sorry. That nigga went to work, cameras rolling, didn't walk the fuck out. You see what I'm saying? And not even just that. I think a lot of time with these celebrities, what happens is, you know, they have what they call it. They have they develop a cult of personality based off social media, people liking their pictures. So it's like, oh, I'll say this, say like, oh, I love my people. Next thing you know, you go on your Instagram, your following grows up to like 10,000. Then you're like, oh shit, my profile growing. Let me continue on this shit. Oh, here's an opportunity to walk out the fucking room and show my solidarity to my people while also building my profile. Like, I don't, like, I put it like this, whether it's legit or not, whether niggas mean it or not, niggas' popularities are growing off of this shit. Like, whether we want, like, even if they're, like, that's what I'm saying. Even if you mean well, your bottom line is still growing if you're on the side of the pro-black shit and the anti-police shit. Your profile is growing. You're not going down. Any fucking body, if you pay attention, almost everybody's coming out saying the same fucking shit, and their fucking profiles are growing because of it. It's nobody's losing anything by coming out and doing what the fuck Kenny Smith said. If anything, Kenny Smith's followers is about to grow. It's gonna be niggas who didn't know Kenny Smith who know him now because of this shit. It's gonna be people who are casual basketball fans, like, oh, the brother did that. Oh, all right, man, people. I'm gonna follow him now. That's what niggas is doing. Everybody.
But that's the whole point of it. You explained the whole point. People are paying attention to everything that's going on for real. So it's like you can appreciate it in a way, and I feel what you're saying, but I think he did.
So you don't think
like,
nobody's playing to the crowd? Like, you think all these niggas, like, nobody's getting gassed up by their followers and their likes and their comments? Like, none of these niggas is getting batteries put in their back. But that's
of course, and them niggas have the worst egos.
But at the same time.
Yeah.
There's nothing more lucrative than being on there's nothing more lucrative right now in society than being on the side of black victimization. There's nothing more lucrative right now. If you want to build your profile, tell me what's more popular right now.
I still don't question everybody that does that.
What's more popular than it right now?
Watch this.
The hottest topic in this shit earlier.
Watch this. Look. So you just brought up Jonathan Isaac, and you just brought up Jonathan Isaac being you know what I'm saying, not standing for the national anthem. And then his reason behind not standing up for his reason behind not kneeling for the national anthem is because of his belief in God and like the Christianity and all that good stuff. Jonathan Isaac, not a recognizable name in the NBA for up until the bubble, had the second leading number of jerseys sold after he did that stance. The second,
he did some uncommon shit.
That's after LeBron.
He's not doing what everybody do. He's standing out. Of course.
But you just
what I'm saying
no. Your point. I'm
using one nigga. I'm talking about all these niggas on TV. Everybody getting their profile. Everybody's shit is elevating. We talking about one nigga who did something different. I'm talking about all the niggas doing the same shit. All the niggas taking the same route, and they all benefiting. This nigga actually took a risk to go against the grain, and he actually gained popularity off that shit. Everybody else is doing the same shit. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's doing the same shit. He the only nigga that went against the grain. For the most part, he the only nigga that went against the grain, or one of the few. Everybody else is you saw that shit. All these niggas like is kneeling. He the only one who stood up.
But it's still kind of like a movement in a sense too, though. So they got to move together in numbers.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I feel like it's a lot of, you know, in the past it's been a lot of separation, or it's been a lot of one or two people do it, or three or four, and I don't know. I feel like it's positive because it's a whole holistic movement. Like, if everybody is on the same wavelength, then you a team. You know what I'm saying? You can't. I don't know. I like it. It's gonna be somebody that has to start it, and then people gonna have to follow.
They need the numbers regardless.
Somebody, well, this leads perfectly into our conversation as far as celebrities being leaders, because this sounds like y'all think that celebrities should be leaders, or we should look at them as leaders based off what y'all saying.
You can't put those words in our mouths yet.
No, I say it sound like. I'm just saying, do y'all believe that celebrities should be leaders? Because I look at them like I feel like the average everyday man has a greater, can do more than the average celebrity. A celebrity can do a gesture, they can do something that looks good, but what means more is your relationship with your everyday neighbor, how you treat everyday. What's up, Alex? You look confused. What I say wrong?
I'm trying to wait and process what you're saying. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm
just saying the relationship between your everyday. If we as a community of people, if we together work in a level of camaraderie for the same goals, that is way more powerful than a celebrity doing a gesture. That's all I'm saying. Like, I feel like that's just some shit that make us feel good, where we can continue as a people to not be in camaraderie, but if the athletes come in camaraderie to represent us, the people, it's okay. But us, the people, we can still go around, do the same shit, support the same bullshit, the same negativity, that causes destruction in our community. But when the athletes come out and they do something that represents us, then that we happy with that. But we don't come together for. I had a conversation where I said we'll come together to fight against some shit we don't like, but we won't come together for growth. We won't come together to build a better community for us as a people. I'm talking about the average, everyday person. I'm not talking about anybody. I'm talking about the average, common day, everyday Black person. If we came together with a common goal, that'd be way more powerful than a celebrity saying some shit to a nigga on TV. That's
hey,
what
man,
I
yeah.
so I don't think celebrities.
Just let me clarify the question. When you say a leader, what exactly is what exactly do you mean by a leader?
People, us looking to them to speak for us, to represent us. They're looking for celebrities to speak for us, represent us like that, like we do now. We don't do that. We don't look to celebrities.
I don't know about that. Because I have a problem with the leader thing. I have a problem with that because anytime.
So before you continue, so you don't think that we as a people don't look to celebrities to speak for us or to represent us?
What do you mean, we as a people? We as Black people, or
well, hold on. We can say as a united. We can say anything. We can keep it Black, or we can just talk about as an overall American culture.
Well, the only reason why I asked that is the only reason why I asked for the differentiality in it is because of anytime we want to go. They want to talk about Chicago. White folks want to talk about Chicago. Oh, Black people killing people. They're asking, where are the Black leaders? Where are the Black leaders? There's nobody asking where are the white leaders when there are white folks gunning Black people down or doing whatever the fuck they're doing out this joint. I'm pretty sure y'all saw the video, the Kenosha joint, where you got this white dude out there joint just gunning people down and shit. But where are the white leaders? Where are the white leaders at with that? You know what I'm saying? I've never heard anybody say, where are the white leaders? Where are the white leaders? That's why I posed that question. As far as
nobody spoke on that shit for real either. I know what you mean.
Yeah,
because we always need somebody to represent.
Speaking for myself, I don't think.
So you do believe that we do need people representing us? Is what you're saying? That's what you said.
No,
right?
not all the time.
Speaking for myself, I don't think that I don't look at celebrities as our leader or my leader. I do think that they have a bigger platform. If you take you take 5 celebrities and you take 5 people that work at Target, the 5 celebrities are probably gonna have a little bit more pull than the 5 people that work at Target. That's just how the fucking society works right now. But I wouldn't say that they're leaders, but I do support them when they stand up for stuff like this. And this should have been done. Michael Jordan should have did this shit. I was talking about this last time.
Right.
Michael Jordan, everybody loved Michael Jordan. White people love Michael Jordan. If he would have stood up and said, talk racial profiling and killing back then, I think that would have been fucking amazing.
He was scared.
I don't think
there was no social media back then.
I don't think that the leaders. I think that they do have a bigger platform, though.
There was some leaders that tried to do that, though.
What was it on, like a repeat news cycle that it was today, though? As far as Michael Jordan?
Not at all.
I think it's a little different now.
Yeah, people were still reading newspapers back then to get news. Like
he was an icon, though. He was one of the most popular people ever. Like he's the most recognizable person of that whole era.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. It didn't even matter. He was the social media.
Think about The Last Dance. Think about how much footage they had of him in the fucking 80s. And
that shit was crazy too.
That nigga around everywhere he went. Like
clean footage.
Spoke out back then too.
That's what I mean. And it connects now because we're in the future. But you think about the shit back then, like that motherfucker was an icon. All them cameras, that's crazy. Yeah. Even those stories were like kept secret for this long, you gotta be fucking crazy.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with Paul. I don't think it's necessarily that we're saying athletes are our leaders or whatever, but they have a platform that they are able to lead. Just like I was talking about the Milwaukee folks. If Milwaukee didn't, if the Bucks didn't, sit down with anybody else, do anything or whatever, or if Toronto they was already planning or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? If folks who have the money and the power and the able to, they're able to do whatever the hell. You know what I'm saying? They have the keys to the city, as they were saying earlier. You know what I'm saying? They're not. They may not necessarily be leaders, but they have that channel. They have that backdoor channel or whatever, where they can actually speak to somebody in power and get some shit done.
Speak to somebody in power for who though?
Yeah.
Who are they speak? Who are they representing when they're speaking to power?
Themselves
Like who
and the masses.
Are they speaking for their individual needs?
Yeah,
you don't think that
but you gotta remember though that like what is it? Not I don't know the percentages, but I will say at least 95%. At least 95% for NFL, 95% for NBA are black people or people of color. You know what I'm saying? So I would expect them with the money and the situation that they're in, they would stand up and speak against some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They may not necessarily
they got to speak for you.
No,
look, they may not necessarily be the
first
next
time.
Malcolm X or Martin Luther King or whatever, but they have the money and the power to say something and step up. They have channels. They have people they can talk to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're just in them times right now. Like athletes feel like they're just taking responsibility for some of that shit. Just like I don't know who said it earlier.
Most of them are encouraging them to do this shit.
But you can direct.
Adam Silver said, "I encourage you niggas to do this shit." Adam Silver told them that.
But they don't have to do it though either.
Huh?
Even if it was, if that was the case, they still don't even have to do that shit.
Niggas could show up for that game 5 and get their check. You know what I'm saying?
I bet he encouraged them to boycott the games. They didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Exactly.
And he's still supportive of it too. He's supportive on that level of that shit too.
I think he stepped in front of it though. Like as soon as he seen the Bucks, he said, "Go ahead, LeBron. Like y'all can see."
Go ahead.
I mean,
yeah. Afterwards, he didn't know they still had the refs and everybody on the court.
That's something.
Yeah, but he just don't give no friction though. Like if that was fucking Goodell or something, it'd be a shit show.
Yeah, but I'm saying like as soon as the Bucks.
Yeah. If we talking about it 5 years later, oh yeah, we should have
exactly. So he empowers his players to feel that they can do that
rock
shit
with
to no consequence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true too.
He empowers his players that they can do that shit to no consequence. So yeah, I feel you.
Yeah,
I fuck with that though. I fuck with that.
Yeah, that's what's up.
They're not doing that in the NFL. They we're getting there.
No, yeah, but I was even surprised to see the baseball do that shit too though.
Yeah, that's big for baseball.
Hell yeah.
He ain't 95% in baseball.
All the shit they've been doing, they've been kneeling since the beginning. Everything, so all that they've been having their own type movement too.
Yeah, at least the Bamas. So at least the Bamas with the stupid ass contracts are hopping out here. Baseball and basketball and shit. You know them niggas is paid for life. We'll see what's going on. NFL better start on time, nigga. I want to hit that head. No boycotts.
They in training camp now.
Pittsburgh is out here. We better play.
Yeah, they in training camp now. They gonna be all right. I mean, they making that money.
And it like
doesn't matter.
There's too many stars in like football to like make like a unified move like that. Do it feel like that?
I think it's too many players in general.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because
I think NBA locker rooms are more intimate. You know what I'm saying? I think NFL locker rooms, like niggas the people you deal with, niggas over who be like this, fuck over here, niggas with those beliefs be over there in that part of the locker room. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like NBA is like, because even if you listen to like even some of this shit that what's the white dude Kevin Love and JJ Redick, I be listening to like some of their rhetoric, and I can tell that they've been directly influenced being in the locker room with black men. You know what I'm saying? It's like their mindset and their outlook on the world has been completely molded. Like you can see that shit. You know what I'm saying?
JJ said he grew
over
up
here, defense over there. That makes sense.
JJ said he grew up in I want to say he grew up in like Charlottesville, Virginia, or some shit like that with the white races or whatever.
Well, he was out there then, yeah.
And then he was like, he started playing AAU, and he started playing with black teammates, and then that's when he realized, like, so he learned from them, like the experiences from then. But that's where he said he started, like, you know what I'm saying, it was differences.
When Montrezl Harrell called Luka a white boy,
bitch ass white boy.
Yeah,
bitch ass white boy.
I seen somebody on Twitter was like, if you at a certain point and falling as a white boy, if you know you made it when somebody called you a bitch ass white boy.
Yeah, real shit.
Hooping wise,
Hey, Luka, a dog though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like hooping wise, like when
Yeah.
it's a bitch ass white dude, that's like a salute. Like,
For real.
Yeah, that mean he
Like,
hooping
nigga,
your ass up.
You killing us.
That's
Yeah.
what Kevin Love and JJ Redick both said that too. I was watching this interview with them, and Kevin Love was like, "Yeah, I've been called bitch ass white boy, sorry ass white boy. It doesn't offend me, you know."
Yeah.
I mean,
That
I'm
is
proud
like
of you.
love though. That is love though. We still try to get your head after all that shit. Yeah.
They're just trying to get inside their head. That's all.
That's all it is.
The
That's
craziest
all it
part.
is.
Toasting that ass up. You toasting them.
We
The
just
craziest
talking
part
ball.
How we talk about like that shit happened in the NBA. That shit used to happen in rec league too, because it used to be like, who got the white boy? And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, it wasn't a bitch ass white boy, but if you got an and one, it might have been a bitch ass.
Yeah.
For the most part, it was like
that's what Kevin Love said. He said, "Look, Kevin Love was like, nah, you're right though, because Kevin Love was like, he said, who got chumped? That's what he would say. He said they would say that to him. They'd be like, all right, who got chumped? Who got chumped? Like this, like talking about the white dude. So he said that shit used to happen a lot too.
you got
Yep.
just surrounding. Like, if you go to other places, like they're gonna be talking behind closed door. They're not gonna say that shit out front. Like, at least be out front.
Right.
That's what it is.
No, it is. But that
All right,
is
so-
like a salute.
So what's the conclusion? Should do we see celebrities as leaders or not? Like, did everybody speak on it yet?
I don't think we should see motherfuckers as leaders because it's a lot of simple-minded motherfuckers. It's a lot of people that have money behind them. So
Yep,
definitely not.
that's the main reason why.
Even if you look at the leaders that was like ahead of our generation, like goddamn, what's the fact? Why am I drawing a blank?
What, like, we talking about like athletes?
No, like what's the niggas in New York? Goddamn, Jesse Jackson and
Oh, Al Sharpton?
Al
Al
Sharpton.
Sharpton.
Yeah.
I don't like either one of them, but go ahead.
That's what I'm saying.
They're so funny.
And if you think, just to your point, Randall, if you think about a lot of the superstars, even in the league, they really haven't grown up. They've been a star since they were 17. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you 17, you got a different perspective. You haven't really grown up as a man. And so I don't see them as my leader. But I do think that they have a bigger platform than I do.
yeah.
I agree with
right.
that. And just to add, I think like you were saying, because they still some young boys or whatever
It's a dangerous
mentality. So they just know right from wrong, and you know what I'm saying. And you know right from wrong, and they're trying to speak up on the shit. Just trying to speak up on the shit.
I don't even know
And I
if they
appreciate
know.
that.
No, they don't.
Remember,
They
even
don't.
I was just gonna say, you know how Chuck said, Charles Barkley said way back when, he said, "I'm not a role model."
Yeah.
Like he was talking about for saying that shit, but I mean,
Yeah,
like,
but he know right from wrong though.
I don't necessarily.
Oh no.
But still, that's what I'm saying. He
Can't
makes
just
his own
assume. I
decisions.
mean, but what
man. He
makes
got
you
his own
assume that they
life.
know right from wrong? Like, what makes you assume that?
Exactly, that's an assumption
Yeah,
because
I
you
don't
put
know.
them in that light of a role model. Like
We
I'm
just
saying.
regular people. We as regular people know right from fucking wrong.
Nah, you come on, man. You know a lot of simple
But
ass
we all
niggas
still
out here.
fucked
You know,
up. We all
you know a
fucked
lot
up
of
out
simple
here.
niggas. Bro.
We just talked about Darius Geis. We just talked about Darius Geis, how he's beating the shot of women. We had no idea.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they always say money don't change you, money just exposes you or what have you.
Yeah.
Like literally, I have the access and I have the money to do whatever the fuck I want. Like,
Yep.
That comes with the upbringing. So I assume you niggas know right from wrong. Clearly, Darius
Regardless.
guys came up on some bullshit or whatever the
not
fuck.
necessarily,
Came up
Corey,
in a troubled
you
home.
Corey, you sound like you believe
Motherfuckers grow up in the church and be reckless
Yeah.
when they get away from that shit.
Or if you
And
put
Corey,
a bag in front of them, they're gonna do whatever.
And Corey, you said it last week. You said last week you was talking about the meme where it was like, you know what I'm saying, it was the alcoholic, it was the father alcoholic, and it was one kid that was like, all right, shit, I'm not gonna drink. That was like, all right, shit, I'm gonna drink every night. Like literally, like if you think about it, like it's not necessarily about your upbringing, it's about you as a person. It's
So
you.
Yep, 100%.
All right, I hear you. You
Oh,
got
bar.
personal choices to make out here. Personal choices out here.
Then that's all it is choices.
But
And so the funny thing
to
is,
piggyback off what Paul said, as far as
Project Pat choices.
no, I'm gonna piggyback off what you were saying earlier, Paul, when you was talking about how a lot of these athletes, you know, like think about it as an athlete, you kind of grow. Like, all right, I know, like personal life, a lot of guys come from poverty. A lot of guys come from fucked up backgrounds, but socially, athletes are kind of baby. They're privileged. You know what I'm saying? They got people kissing their ass their whole life. They got people
not even
kind of.
yeah, they're privileged.
They got people, they got people telling them they right when they wrong. Like
Taking
all
they
they know,
test
these niggas get in trouble. They get in trouble. They get off because the sheriff wants you to play on Friday. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really expect somebody like that to have a full totality, like a spectrum of what it means to be the little guy and the big guy. Like all these niggas know is everybody telling them yes. You know what I'm saying? So it's that simple. So you can't really put too much weight in that shit. You know what I'm saying?
And to even further that point, like talk about like, you know what I'm saying, not even just like knowing what's right and making sure that you actually play. I mean, making sure that you're able to play on Fridays, but like they was like literally passing motherfuckers. Like if I'm not mistaken,
that too.
If I'm not mistaken, like, you know what I'm saying, like you don't even have like some people don't even have like the book smarts. And correct me if I'm wrong, Redskin. My father would tell me about this shit. Dexter Manley. They said
he couldn't read or write
to the NFL and was literally reading at like a third grade level and didn't even know how to sign his own fucking contracts and shit like that.
Damn.
Yeah,
like, and that's
I believe that shit though.
Think about that. NFL, you got 3 years removed from college. So for you to be able to not know how to sign your fucking name in the NFL, that's 20-something years old.
Yeah. Hey, but it's funny that you say that, Al, because I don't know where I saw the stat, but that shit is still prevalent right now in college football. I forgot what it was, but they were saying like it was a large percentage of SEC players don't know how to read, like even to this day. You know what I'm saying? Yep. I forgot where I read, but this was years ago. This was like maybe like 4 or 5 years ago.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a prominent when my boy used to play for the 49ers, it was a prominent linebacker. They said that like literally after he retired, the nigga said like, you know what I'm saying, he was like I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life because it was see-ball, hit ball for him. And like that was it. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, although you are a great standout athlete on the football field, football court or whatever the fuck, like literally it's just like see ball, hit ball. And after this, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life.
Talking about somebody local.
You're not talking about Custom Shooting.
You talking about Bowman. That's what you're talking about.
We into that.
Huh?
In the chat.
It ain't Navarro. Navarro smart.
Oh, okay, Navarro.
No, I'm not trying to put it on him. I just assumed that you was talking about. I'm like, who played for the 49ers that might be local? That's the only reason why I said that. I wasn't trying to like making an indictment on him.
My boy played for him, and he told me about it.
Okay. Yeah, so to that point, I'm just, just to wrap it up on my end, like I feel like it's probably more people that if you interview all of these athletes and celebrities, it's probably more than less will say I'm not a role model. Like, don't look at me for nothing because I'm like in the head. So like it's just and that's the thing. Like, who would you actually look at? Who would you look up to? And like,
but Paul, I will say. Well, I will say to that real quick, Paul, is that, yes, you're right. I think most of them would say they're not role models, but if their agent or publicist says, hey, I need you to speak on this, it'll be good for your career, them niggas will say that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So,
but even then, though, like, if y'all were to be, if y'all were in the sports or famous or whatever the fuck, even then, I think it's a lot of niggas that don't want to be in the limelight anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I'm not a role model. I definitely would have said that shit. I'm not a role model.
I've heard, and this is actually coming from celebrities, like what Al said. I've even a lot of celebrities that came from Maryland and DC. They said they wish to this day that they didn't have that much media around them because they don't feel like a normal person. Like, cameras in your face. Like Lou Will couldn't even go to the damn strip club when he wanted to go to the strip club. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
But
blame Jack Harlow.
I'm just saying because I don't think it's because they're not smart or don't want to be leaders or whatever. I just think they don't want the attention. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't want to have, I don't know whether it be guilt or whatever.
They don't want that role. They don't want to be.
Yeah, because the media will tear your ass up as soon as you make a mistake or some shit like that.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I can definitely understand that.
Yeah,
so
I was just gonna
always said, and it's funny because I'm sorry, Al. Well, I always said, like, I want to be a millionaire and I want to be low key. Like, I don't want to be followed. people.
Yeah, real talk.
But you can't be. But you can't
I
be
would
low key
follow-
because they're gonna put your ass in
I follow
Forbes.
Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, you
The
can.
Kawhi Leonard.
You can still live a private life.
That's why you see all
I'm trying to be
these
on some Kawhi shit.
dressed in their
Yeah.
outfit is like $5. That's
Exactly.
that type of status.
Mhm.
You can
When
still
no
live a
one
private
knows.
life.
Got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
But
that's
I was gonna say,
that's
even
that's
though-
the thing about the sports. You can't live no
Any
private
team.
life when you out here hooping and shit and scoring buckets and shit for niggas, making money for niggas and shit. So
People present them in that way. Like you have a choice of being, you know what I mean, in the background or
That's true. That's true.
the moment you take certain stands, like you got to be responsible with it. That's how.
Yeah.
That's real. You gotta kind of die on those when you like make those stands. You gotta kind of die on those hills and shit. It's fucked up, but it's true. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
that's. But I mean, that comes with being
for
a
real.
man.
I mean,
and that's
even to
your
speak on Cap, I kind of
conscience.
feel like that's what happened with Cap. I'm not saying I feel like that's not what his intentions was. Like I feel like he was just speaking from the heart. Then that shit just went to some whole other shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He
People
took
ran
that
with
stand.
it.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not necessarily questioning his motives. I'm just saying that his initial intentions was just to speak how he felt, and then that shit just blew him into like some whole, you know, like a damn near martyr. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say, like a fucking, you know, like a legend, damn near.
Yeah.
You said what?
The poster child.
Hey Al, you was about to say some shit though. I know everybody kept cutting you off.
Nah, I was just gonna say, you know what I'm saying? Dion said that we talk about baby and athletes and shit, but Dion said the same shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of my favorite players of all time. But Dion said some same shit. Whereas though we baby athletes and like Antonio Brown, he was going through all his wild shit or whatever. And then like Dion, if I'm not mistaken, came out and said something along the lines of like people of his nature and people of this stature don't get to this place without mishaps in their lives. Like if people have mishaps in their lives such as this, like you just gotta like basically, I don't want to say you gotta look over it, but you guys basically like excusing like yes, we know Antonio Brown might have did some crazy shit. We might know he did do some crazy shit, but and it's also some allegations. But he was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like you just gotta be able to accept it. Like, nah, nigga, if you do some crazy
Well, that's what I was saying. That's why you have people like Chuck out there showing Charles Barkley. That's why you have people like him saying, "I'm not a role model." You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to be me. I'm just trying to be me out there showing. Because last thing y'all gonna do is put me on the motherfucking cross and crucify me and shit because I did some dumb shit. Whatever.
I'm just saying a lot of shit now though. Like he said that shit back then, but now he has like he is standing on one side of the fence saying like these.
He getting old. So you know how the old folks get. They're like, fuck it.
And
He's
he
sharing his wisdom.
some type of like wasn't he running for some type of office in Alabama?
Say it again.
He said he's going to.
Wasn't he running for some type of office in Alabama? Wasn't he? Like,
I'm pretty sure he was. I know he's probably going to again.
What's up?
He's definitely like making his stance clear on certain subjects.
Yeah, he got like whole little documentaries on that shit too, actually.
Out and saying they divisive and all that. Yeah. We ain't even speak on like where this all like rooted from. We even speak on the Jacob Blake shooting. Like, do y'all even like touch on that, or we just talking about the player side of it?
Yeah, we kind of talked about the after effects of it. I didn't actually see it.
That's the thing.
I seen the video. It looked job fucked up to me, dog.
Honestly, I don't even like watching them videos at all, you know? Like, I don't even be, like, trying to see them joints, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that should be hurting my spirit, my whole spirit.
I feel you. But it's like, look, I looked at the joint. I mean, of course, everybody going to have their views on, like, why he walks to the car and then listen to him and whatever the fuck or whatever. But, like, dog, you're leaning into your car and you shoot somebody 7-8 times in their back is like, it's like, come on. Where is the excessive? When does excessive force comes into play? I don't understand that shit. You shoot somebody 8 times in their back. It's not like he wasn't running away or none of that, and that would be fucked up too. You shoot somebody 8 times. We already seen that shit in South Carolina a few years ago. Whatever, some nigga got shot from running. What I forgot his name, but dog, you're leaning into your car and
With
you
your
get
kids.
shot point blank with kids in the car. 8 times in your back. That makes no
Wow.
sense at all. It makes no sense at all. No sense at all.
And
I don't
There's
understand.
no explanation for that shit.
people
It's
want
like there's no regard for life. It's no regard for life. I have like I don't understand who these people are, who these police forces are hiring. Dog, it makes no fucking sense that these
No.
niggas. Are
And all he did was he just
got.
got suspended, right? That's all that happened to him.
Yeah.
Nothing happened to him. He just got. That's what I mean. It's
It's
so
unbelievable.
light.
probably paid leave, man. That's
Yeah,
why
but you damn near murder somebody and you just get paid leave. Like that shit is
Paid leave.
crazy.
Wasn't it
You could be late to a regular job and they ready to punish you on some shit.
who's well versed in this? Like, wasn't it 2 officers shooting? Like the main dude shot, and then like it looked like it was an Asian dude behind him. Like he shot.
Yeah, I seen the video.
they said. I saw it, but they didn't confirm if the other one shot or not. And that's
Yeah, they didn't explain that.
Yeah, I didn't. The dude who, dog, he was literally standing right behind him,
Yeah, I know.
and there's no. I'm watching the video. He's literally standing right behind him as he reaches into his car. I don't know what the hell he's reaching for or whatever, but he shot him 8 times.
Yeah.
He was shot
He
8
was
times at the least.
He was like less than a foot away from him too. I don't even know. Like
It wasn't even a foot. He couldn't even been a foot away, dog. He
Yeah,
was
he
right
was
on his
less than a
ass. He was right on his ass, dog.
Yeah.
He was right on his ass. It makes no sense. 8
Mhm.
times.
At the same
8 times. And luckily, he's still alive. It makes no
Well, he went through some shit too. Just because of all that.
He shot him in the spine, bro.
Paralyzed, had to get what organs he had to get removed? Some like lower intestine shit, a whole bunch of stuff.
You have to realize you shot somebody in the spine and you keep on shooting.
But
You know what I'm saying?
But that's still some coward
sense.
shit. Why you shoot somebody when they back is turned too? What kind of whole shit is that?
Why should they have any like integrity? these niggas don't got integrity.
They have too much power. That's the problem. The police have too much power, so that's why they don't have no integrity.
But
What they wanna do.
these niggas was scary. Like these niggas are scary. Like so, as soon as the nigga starts reaching in the car, he's going to open fire.
Yeah, it makes no sense though. It makes no sense you're scary, but you have your gun drawn. And it's like, come on,
Right.
you already have your shit up. You're already up on a nigga. You're already up on somebody, and you shot him 8 times in the back. In the back. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
You talk about the niggas being scary, but they also have nothing to lose. And like, yes, they have no integrity. They have nothing to lose. Like we just talked about these niggas, this nigga being suspended, and maybe the other people might be suspended. But like right now, like legit, I think if I'm not mistaken, earlier today, like they had a GoFundMe for Jacob Blake, and like that joint's already like surpassed like $1.2 million of like I'll just say like people supporting like, you know what I'm saying, the Jacob Blake family. But like nothing really is being done or being like affected out of that cop's pockets. So like unless if I'm a cop and like I feel like $1.2 million out of my pension, out of my family's like inheritance or my house and all that bullshit like is actually being affected, like I have no problem with opening fire on anybody. I mean, not anybody, on a black man or an unarmed black man or black man or however the fuck you want to look at it. Like I have no problem.
Anybody, yeah.
Because the repercussion is going to be either me being suspended, me being put on administrative leave, because guess what? I have my brothers, the union, and everybody else backing me, and you know what I'm saying? Like the shit is so fucked up, whereas though, if I'm not mistaken, like where, you know what I'm saying? Like they have at least 48 hours to come up to 48 hours before like the actual, the people are able to ask them questions. And then even when they're able to ask them questions, like they have the ability to have all the evidence that is provided against them in front of them to answer the fucking question. So they have a cheat sheet to answer the questions in terms of like a deadly shooting. And literally they're able to go on and about their next day, their day in, day out lives. And so if there is nothing to be done about that shit, there's nothing that's ever going to be done about it. So that's why I think like the calls with the attorney generals and the different people, like that shit might make a headway. And then like literally, if you think about like even as you talk about like moving the needle, I think that's the conversation, man.
I agree. I agree with that shit.
So
Once niggas can sue niggas individually, that's when motherfuckers will understand. Oh yeah, we can't just be out here doing some dumb shit or whatever the fuck.
And once again, I do
No.
want to always say being a police officer is a fucked up job, and like you are in life and death situations at the blink of an eye. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily, like, you don't know, like.
But you signed up for that shit. You signed up for that shit.
Yeah, but at the same time, you don't
It's
know.
like the military. You signed up for that shit.
Right, but you don't know what he's reaching in the car for. And so, like, I understand, like, the quick second making that you have to make it being a police officer. But at the same time, if you don't have any repercussions, like, if rather than tasing somebody or doing something that's going to temporarily stun somebody, you shoot them 7 times. Like, that's because you have no.
So foul.
No, look, Peace Jack. You know, you done been in them war zones and shit. You know, the military has rules of engagement.
Yeah.
Rules of engagement. And they all the way the fuck out somewhere the fuck else. You know what I'm saying? These niggas should have some goddamn rules out there, joint. It's like how
They do though.
By shooting a nigga up 8 times. It's like, come on, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, that's true. That's true, and that's the thing. They actually get that freedom to shoot, even if they suspect something. That's where it needs to change, because it's supposed to be, and this is actually deviates from state to state, but it's supposed to be if you see a weapon in most states, but then in some states, is if you're reaching for something, you fine, like you can light them up, and that's the thing. Like it's just, I feel like it needs to change as far as the law goes, and I agree with Al. Like it should be some type of repercussions for somebody that does that. You know, just if the person doesn't listen to you, and you just start shooting them in the back, like that just don't seem right, man. And so I was gonna ask, wasn't this so? And this is what kills me, and I know there's probably going to be additional information coming out, but wasn't this stimulating from him breaking up a woman-on-woman fight?
2 white women.
Exactly.
And
exactly. That's what I heard. He was breaking up a fight, and then they came and tased his ass, and then shot his ass 8 times. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's some bullshit. Man.
Come on, man. It makes no fucking sense.
Y'all ever see that video of the little kid? I'm sorry, this got me like thinking of other stuff because black people just don't call the cops. But do y'all ever see the video of the little kid shooting in his backyard, and then the cop car come around and he like hide behind the car just because he's so fucking scared of the cops?
Yep.
That shit, it's crazy, man. Like, yeah, I feel like that's the mindset. Like, cause this goes to the damn that white dude y'all were talking about that shot up the 3 people, and he just walked towards the cops with a fucking AK, and they walked past him, and they drove past him. It was like 3 cop cars that drove past him. Like, oh, he white, he probably ain't into nut shit right now.
And then he drove away and went back home. And then got arrested. And then
crazy, bro.
Then the sheriff of Kenesha, whatever the state is, when he arrested him, like at his press conference, the Bama says, yeah. So this is how he starts off, and I'm trying to paraphrase, but he was like, yeah, like we had people out after curfew, and if we didn't have people out after curfew, then the reason we have curfew is so to protect people from things like this. And so what we had is a 17-year-old who ended up shooting and killing, or who took matters into his home.
He was 17 years old.
17-year-old to resolve the issues himself. That's what that's paraphrasing. That's what the police chief said.
And he's from out of town too.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. He didn't even fucking live there. He didn't even fucking live there. Unbelievable.
Oh my god!
So what you're telling me is he went there looking for trouble. You know
yes.
Or he's probably put there.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Niggas are literally looking for like some type of race riot. I feel like. I think niggas are race war. I want to say.
He was probably put there.
Hey, did you allegedly? I'm always gonna be allegedly. Allegedly, he was front row at a Trump rally when he was 15.
Probably.
A picture of him allegedly.
He probably put there. Mm-hmm. Ain't it easy for a 17-year-old to get off? And they already charged him with first-degree murder. That's what I'm saying. Like, they charged him with first-degree murder knowing they're going to get off. Like, it's not going to stick.
They also have video footage. I don't know necessarily how true it is, but they also have video footage of like some white dudes. Like they got a whole like militia out that jump, but they got video footage of the white dudes out there. Like, yeah, the cops told us that they were going to send them this way.
I seen that joint. Yeah.
They were going to send them this way, and it was going to be up to us to handle them because they couldn't do anything about it. They weren't going to do.
Y'all just let them things go. Y'all just let them things go, basically.
Yeah, man.
Dog, you cannot make this shit up. You cannot make this. It's so crazy. You cannot make this shit up. This shit is fucking crazy out there.
It is made up.
I'm thankful that we don't live in one of them type of fucking states where that shit be flying like that, dog. I'm so thankful because it would be off some motherfucking Wild Wild West out this joint. It's basically Wild Wild West out wherever the fuck they at. Shit, in the West.
But you got to think about it. They don't think it is. I mean, they don't think that it's going to happen like that in their city until it does. Like,
but,
never,
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Never thought Kennesaw, Wisconsin, fucking Minneapolis, fucking Ferguson, all the different places. I could say Baltimore, but you would have never thought like it might have popped off like that there.
Remember that kid in PG County? Like I want to say back around when we was in college, and he ended up like he got arrested, and then that he ended up getting like killed in the jail cell, some shit like that. Y'all remember that story? It was like a wild.
It was a Laurel.
You know what I'm talking about? And they arrested him, and then I think he ended up dying in the jail cell the same day.
Supposedly, allegedly.
I can't remember the fucking story though, man. I gotta look it up, but it was like maybe around 05 or some shit like that.
It was I know you're talking about. That was shit.
You know what I'm talking about, right? I just can't remember the exact story, but I just remember it was a young kid, probably like maybe like 19 to 21, and he got arrested and then just mysteriously died like in the cell. Like he wasn't even in jail yet. He was like, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't like in prison. The nigga like died like in the holding. So I forgot. I can't remember the story. I got
central booking.
But it was
I remember
bizarre shit like that though.
I remember that shit. That shit was in Laurel, nigga. That shit was in Laurel, right down the street.
I got a picture of the kid in my head. I just can't remember the story.
It was right down the street. The niggas is out here.
But I mean, I'm sure that shit happens. I'm sure that shit happens in DC. You know what I'm saying? That shit happens. I mean, if there's police, that shit's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that shit happens everywhere. You know.
Are y'all niggas prepared though? If this shit escalate, are y'all prepared?
For what?
Exactly. Prepare for that shit.
For what to escalate?
Prepare for that shit.
For what to escalate?
I feel like it's gonna be
Walking Dead.
If ever there would be a fucking race war or whatever, I feel like shit is escalating. I feel like this shit is escalating. Like, did y'all see the video I posted?
I don't think there's gonna be no race war.
Did y'all see the video I posted? It was a grown ass black man just walked up to this little white boy and shot him in the motherfucking head.
Yeah.
Y'all seen that joint? I'm like, dog, are these niggas really out here trying? I don't know if we got our conspiracy theories and all that shit or whatever. Do we have Manchurian candidates going out this motherfucker just busting niggas out this joint? You know?
Yeah, MK Ultra. Well, I don't know about that shit.
Do you think some of those cops might be Manchurian candidates?
Maybe. Yeah, because that makes sense. I've never seen so much. I don't know if it's the social media and shit. No, I'm just saying I've never seen so much disregard for life, dog. I've never seen so much disregard for life in general. It's like niggas are
disregard for life all the time.
Well, I mean,
never seen so much disregard for life. Are you serious? Are you talking about disregard from life from like the government or like what do you mean? Like I see a lot of disregard.
I mean, like niggas. All right, so what I'm saying is, all right, yeah, I've seen niggas just smoking and doing whatever bodily harm to themselves or whatever. But as far as niggas just rolling out this joint, just shooting motherfuckers off a GP, dog. Just shooting niggas out off a GP. Off a GP. You just told me this man, he wasn't even a man. He was 17 years old.
Yeah, he's 17
years old, racking off. just racking off. And it
What
wasn't like
fucking
it wasn't
rifle?
like no, it's like it's not like he wasn't out there looking for trouble. You're walking the streets. You're combing the streets with a fucking rifle on you, dog. So you already went out there, joint, to go do some shit. You know what I'm saying? Out of town. You don't even live there, my nigga. You don't even live there. You're combing the streets with a rifle.
On himself?
Huh?
You think you operate on himself? What 17-year-old got an AK? A white 17-year-old got an AK.
You know,
A lot of them.
And traveling.
A lot of them, apparently. A lot of them.
Traveling.
Nah, it shouldn't be that easy.
A lot of them.
Traveling.
Yeah, I think that shit might have been organized, bro.
Exactly. Come on now.
Yeah, automatic.
Come on.
A lot of them.
hey,
A lot. We've already dealt with this. I think they did that shit in Florida a couple years ago.
He was
They did that shit in Florida a couple years ago when they had the little girl, the protests and all that shit back in Florida a couple years ago. I don't remember the school or whatever, but it was another teenager.
Oh, you talking about the high school?
Yeah.
I don't remember what happened with that, but I remember.
we didn't say that because we also, even before that, I think the precedent might have been, what was it, Columbine, then you got Sandy Hook, and then you got...
Oh yeah, Columbine was way back. That's but still, they've been out here doing that shit.
Yeah, but I think so. I think it was coordinated, but at the same time, like we have seen this shit remotely before with young people still having access to these high grade military weapons, and not only just young dudes, like people in general. Not even just, I don't want to even put it on white people, but
Virginia Tech.
Yeah, because we got black people as well that got like high grade military weapons, like, you know what I'm saying, in the neighborhood for what, like, but. Yeah.
Them little young niggas that be posting their guns on.
Stupid.
Niggas be like 16, like heavy artillery. Be like, where you get that shit from, young nigga? Like, what the fuck?
Dude, let me ask y'all this: do y'all like on your cell phone? Do you get like little random texts or like somebody promoting something or whatever? You receive some dumb shit. Because it was yesterday. Exactly yesterday, I received a promotion from some fucking app, whatever apps y'all have on your phone or whatever. I received a promotion talking about, oh yeah, we got these military grade gas masks for $100 or whatever the fuck from Chechnya, wherever the fuck it was from, and shit. Y'all don't be getting like no shit like that.
I don't trust it. Chechnya.
That's me.
Shit, them niggas in the shit. I might trust that.
What they make though?
Scared to open that.
Right.
That's what they make. They make war, nigga. That's it. That's all the motherfuckers do. That's the niggas do. They throwing rocks and all that type of shit.
All right. So do y'all think like asking for like, you know, these athletes or, you know, everyday conversations asking for equality, you think that's like a sign of the weak, or we just gotta do our own thing? That's how I feel. Like we gotta concentrate on our community. Like stop, you know, stop.
I agree with what you're saying, and even to speak on top of that, if I'm gonna be completely blunt about how I feel, but as far as how I look at that shit, I mean, at the end of the day, if you getting on your knees and asking for equality, that's some begging shit. They ain't no strength in that at all, not even a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You're literally on your knees saying, "I need give me equality." I feel like if you want to show strength to your so-called oppressor, you're supposed to compete with your oppressor. You're not supposed to ask him for shit, because how he gonna respect you? Imagine you on a basketball court. Imagine you on a basketball court and you playing against a nigga, you 5'9", playing against a nigga that's 6'7". He can dunk, you can't. He dog your ass every time. Then you say, "Oh, that's unfair. You need I need equality, so you're not allowed to dunk anymore." Then he'd be like, "Some bitch ass nigga. All right, fine." You know what I'm saying? Like, that nigga ain't gonna respect you. But then if your ass keep working on your game and that nigga still can dunk, and you bring your 5'9" ass out there and bust his ass, you're gonna garner way more fucking respect than saying, you're no because you're a privileged, your ability to dunk the ball. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see no strength in that shit at all. That's just how I look at it.
I feel that.
I don't think asking for equality is a sign of weakness. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't necessarily know how we got to the begging on knees, but I don't think
niggas be on their knees. Remember, we watch
I see you
it all the time. Niggas be on their knees for the games out of protest, speaking for equality, because they want equality. So they're getting on their knees for equality. That's what they're doing.
Calling cap.
Maybe I'll look
That's exactly what they're doing.
I don't know if I okay. Like that.
Do NBA players wearing equality T-shirts? Are they wearing equality T-shirts? Who is that message being sent to?
But so I thought they were wearing Black Lives Matter T-shirts, and then even if they are wearing an equality T-shirt,
they do
really equate to like being on the knee begging for equality.
Either way, you're still asking. When I say get on your knees, I'm like saying like that's probably the worst aspect of it. But even sitting there wearing a T-shirt, asking for equality, you don't need to ask for equality. You're supposed to take what's yours or take what you want. You're not supposed to ask for shit. But you're not supposed to ask for a goddamn thing. You can do what the fuck you want to do. You a man, just like they are. But you gotta ask them for shit. That don't make no sense to me.
But so asking for equality means like literally like asking for equality as opposed to like being treated like, I mean, like literally asking to be treated like a human. Like, I mean, like if we're talking about like asking to be like, we're not talking about, so yeah, I don't think asking for equality, because even if you talk about like asking for equality, if I go to my job and I say like, dog, some X, Y, and Z is getting paid a little bit more than me, like, I think I should get to pay the same exact amount as X, Y, and Z, like, because we do X, Y, we do the same exact thing. That's not me like begging for their strength or whatever like that. That's me asking for me getting what is rightfully mine. So
what you could do even in that person in that saying, I agree. No, I agree with what you're saying in that instance. If you want to continue to work for these niggas, but if you want actually don't like, if you put yourself in a position where you create your own business where you ain't got to worry about if a motherfucker paying you equally to the next nigga, you making your own. So that shit wouldn't even matter if you was making your own. That's all I'm saying. Like, obviously, when you're in a position where a motherfucker, when you're dependent on somebody to pay you a certain amount of money, you're going to ask for equality. But when you're independent, you don't need equality. You don't need to be equal to nobody when you fend for yourself.
We do need to be equal. We do need to be seen as equals for the simple fact of if we're not seen as equal, and like literally now we can talk about the United States of America. If we're not seen as equal as a United States, as a human being in the United States, if we're not seen as equal and we're seen as our black skin as a weapon or our skin color as a weapon, like literally, whereas though we're walking to our car with our kids in the car, we're trying to protect our family and we're shot down, and like literally there might be no consequences that are done because of it, because I am seen as less than I am not seen as equal. That is where the problem is, and that's where we as a people are supposed to be asking for equality. We can't, at some point in time, we have to, I mean, yes, I understand we have to do different things and change our mindset, whereas though, you know what I'm saying, like, we don't necessarily go into our jobs and ask for like our pay rate to be the same as our coworkers because we're doing the same job. If we can branch off and own our own companies, but in the world, if we're living, we just want to be asked and be literally like living as equal people as our next door neighbor who is a white person. Like, if we call the cops and like the white person is fighting with their neighbor and like literally I'm leaving the house now, I feel like I should be able to ask for you to be treated like a fucking human being as opposed to being treated as less than because I'm my fucking skin color. That's I don't think that's like a sign of weakness because I'm asking to be treated as equal.
I know, but even when you say asking, you're like acknowledging that someone is superior to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, that's my superior. I have to ask them for equality. Like, you can't be like, I would never, like, you can't be above me if I have to ask you for something. Like, if I see you as my equal, I wouldn't have to ask you for shit. For me to ask you for something, I'm acknowledging that you're my superior. If I'm asking you for something, I'm acknowledging that you're my superior. If I'm asking for equality, that means I can only get it through you. I can't do it on my own. I can only do it if you give it to me. That's not independence.
So let me just counter that real with that same context. So if we're talking about we're asking for something and we're equal. So if I'm in a marriage and me and my wife are equal to each other, and I say, baby, can you I'm asking you, can you can you wash the dishes, or can you make me some food? Like, it's not because I'm saying you're superior. I'm saying because we are equal. Like, if I ask you to wash the dishes and I cook the food, it's because we are equal together. We are in the same battle together.
I mean,
it's not the superior. I'm superior. I'm less than.
A partnership. But that's a partnership.
We signed a partnership with the United States. We're in partnership with U.S. citizens.
That's a good point.
But we're speaking from citizenship. We're talking about government to citizens. You're talking about a relationship of two people. We're talking about completely different things.
The government, you talked about earlier, government, celebrities, and leaders. Go ahead.
His emphasis is on the relationship.
I don't know what you're talking about right now. I don't know what you're talking about. You say celebrity, you threw me off with the celebrities.
When you said celebrities and leaders, you talked about them being regular people. You talk about them being normal people and everybody else, like them still having to work for, like literally, like I think if I'm not mistaken, your analogy was like celebrities are you know what I'm saying, like basically like they're in this. I mean the celebrity does something, but at the same time a regular citizen does something. But the citizen does something, and like the citizen has more influence on the community as opposed to the government. If we're talking about it in the same token, like the same citizen is the same person that's working. A government official is the same as a celebrity in this token, whereas though a government official is working on behalf of the citizens. Official doesn't necessarily have the same quote unquote impact as you spoke about. The government official wouldn't have the same impact because he's not influencing, he's not partaking with the same citizens on a day-to-day basis. But that's the same partnership. That's what I'm getting at. If that might not,
I don't know. I don't say I'm not making the connection with that. Because I don't see that the same way. I feel like when you're sitting there saying we've been treated so bad, we've been treated less than human, but compared to asking your wife to do the dishes for one night, I don't see that as the same thing. I don't see that the same. Now maybe if you was in an abusive relationship and then you're like, wow, like treat me like a human being, and it's like, well, at that point, if you were asking your partner to treat you like a human being, you probably shouldn't be in that relationship in the first place. You see what I'm saying? You shouldn't be trying to make it with a person who treats you as less than a human, and then you're asking them for equality. That's not a healthy relationship. That sounds like an abusive relationship. I don't see that. No, you know what I'm saying? Like if you was,
I get what you're saying, but I get what you said. You said anytime we're asking for somebody, that means you said anytime that we're asking for somebody for something, that means that basically they are our superior. And so what I'm saying is,
I guess I could have explained that a little bit better as far as saying that word. I think you took that like very literal, but I'm speaking in context of asking for equality, asking to be treated better, asking to be treated like a human. Like, you know what I'm saying? Asking like to be accommodated, like as if you can't do it yourself, like that type of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I will never see freedom unless I break through the white glass ceiling. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that there's actually, that ceiling is not real, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like a lot of niggas think that they can't seek salvation until white people let them. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what that shit comes, that's how it sounds to me. You know what I'm saying? That's what, I'm just saying, like, because who are we talking to when we're asking for equality? That means that, so you won't ever forget your salvation until the white person says, all right, I'll treat you equal. Why we gotta wait for that? That's all I'm saying. We ain't gotta wait for shit. We ain't gotta wait a second for them niggas. We can do what the fuck we want to do.
And that's true. But it's just the process of shit we've been, I don't know.
I think both of y'all are right, man. I feel like there's a process to this, right? Because if you don't recognize it, if you don't state it, if you don't keep it in people's minds that we are not treated equal, then what do what your whole, I'm gonna put my head down and do what I can do and do everything I could do to make it better, that shit ain't gonna fix the whole race. It might help you, but I feel like it's acknowledgement.
I think if the race is on the same page, I think we would be fine.
I feel like it's acknowledgement first, and then I feel like it's action afterwards. And I feel like it's a repetition. In my job, we always say continuous improvement or continuous monitoring. I feel like it's a continuous aspect. We need to keep addressing it. We need to keep stating it that it is an imbalance, but we also need to show action. I feel like both of y'all are right. I feel like the two things that we're talking about need to consistently be done.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Martin Luther King is weak because he asked for equality. But I do feel like it should have been more action behind it. So yeah, I feel like I don't know. I always say Martin Luther King mixed with Malcolm X is a hell of a combination. And if they were working together before all of that shit happened, you know what I'm saying?
They didn't get a chance to.
I feel like that would have been even more powerful.
They getting a chance to once Martin started talking about the war and Vietnam. That's
Don't fake on MLK though. They said he had the guns in the church, dog, in the basement of the church. He was ready.
When he starts.
All right, so
issue.
But what about as far as inequality, right? Like, does anybody know what percentage of the country that we make as Black people, like the percentage of our population, the percentage of the country as far as any, you know what I'm saying? Like, how many
Black people?
I think that's bullshit. The percentage.
I'm asking. I don't know, but what do you? All right. So what is not bullshit then, Corey?
I don't know. What I wanted to say is I don't know. I don't know.
I get a number. All I got is that's bullshit.
Listen,
I didn't even get like a number. All I got is that's bullshit. See?
Sure, I was gonna say like maybe 30%.
I know. But this is what I'm gonna say. Listen, Linda. I think it's bullshit because we're supposed to be the minority or whatever, but you go to they want to talk economics and shit, but we're spending billions, trillions or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you have millions of Black people in jail and shit. It's like, I don't know. I think the numbers are skewed. I think the numbers are fucked up just because they want us to think that we're a minority. Just because they want us to continue to think that we're a minority. I honestly think that we are a majority, or if not a majority, at least 50-50. 50-50 with the white folks. At least 50-50 with the white folks.
All right, but you still ain't giving me
I said 30%.
Like, are we 45%? 55?
I said 30. I said
I'll take
30.
45.
So you think we're 30%?
I would take 45.
Not even, bro. We ain't even 20%.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
17%.
All right, but even within that same context,
14 at the max.
right? So as far as inequality, what about the other minorities? How are they dealing with this inequality? The other minorities, the Spanish people, the Asian people, the Indian people, all these other minority, Africans, Nigerians, all these people who come from Ethiopians. How are they dealing with this inequality, and where are their voices at dealing with this?
They come over here with.
But I will say this: when I go to downtown Silver Spring, I see them fighting their inequality right there. When I go to downtown Silver Spring and I see all the motherfucking Ethiopian niggas flourishing down there. Like that's why you don't hear them niggas saying shit, because they actually working together and developing a community that benefits their people.
That's true though.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why I think the number.
Where's the Asian? I see Chinatown. Oh look, there's
I was about to say Asians do that same thing. Yeah.
The numbers are skewed.
All right, but we're not the only minorities in this country. Where's the what I'm saying? What are they doing about their inequality?
The numbers are lying. What they say? They say men lie, women lie.
I get what you're saying in there. This numbers is lying, and I'm not even talking about numbers. I'm just asking how are they fighting their inequality? That got nothing to do with
staying low key. They staying out of the limelight. They not in the middle of the shit. For real. I feel like they come over here and try to handle their business.
They getting to work.
Yeah,
because they come over
and handle their
with a
business.
whole different mind frame. They come
They
over here
getting to
with
work, hand their feelings, and not all up in their feelings. Exactly.
They're doing their thing.
We gotta say,
but to that point, they're still looked at as second-class citizens.
And who? They don't give a fuck.
And they don't give a fuck.
So who?
They don't give a fuck though about looking at
how the fucking Chinese are. Man,
they're doing
got
the
the Great Wall of China. Them niggas got a great history, man. Them niggas don't give a fuck about no white man. The fuck?
Exactly.
You think they don't?
They don't give a fuck.
They
don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about all the fodder, all the bullshit going around. And yeah, I would agree with that.
And you know, China low key running shit, right? You know,
But everybody looks for approval.
them niggas don't. Them niggas think. I think outside the
About people in
United
America,
States, some niggas think they're above the
China.
white man. Outside the United States.
But everybody seeks
And I'ma
white
say
people
that-
approval though, for real.
Mhm. I got some OT talk with China too.
Every race in United States looks up to white people. I don't care how you put it. They look up to white people as being American. Nobody.
Dude, it's been programmed.
Nobody else is second-class citizens.
No, you're right. That shit's been
It's
programmed though.
It's not a mistake. It's not a mistake.
Say they don't give a fuck. That's fine that they don't give a fuck, but they still second-class citizens. When
who?
And I'm just going into racial aspects. Asians look up to Caucasians as well, especially American, Asian Americans. Now,
when have you ever seen an Asian man with a black woman?
I've seen that shit.
That's true, but
You ever seen a fresh ass fly ass little Asian dude? I know.
Yeah, the
Filipinos.
Filipinos.
Fresh ass, like, you know what I'm saying?
But for the most part, that does not happen that often. But if you talk about worldwide, the Asian narrative, especially if you add China with India, they 2/3 of the world. Like they got
fucking playing.
They got a lot of pull. But what I'm talking about America, man, I do feel like everybody that's not white is second-class citizen.
I don't believe that shit. I would agree with that. Guess what? A white motherfucker can think I'm a second-class citizen, and I don't give a fuck. That shit don't mean shit.
Well, that's what you feel. That's what you feel.
Yeah, you can feel that.
Nigga, I know I'm not a second-class citizen. I don't give a fuck. Like that's.
Well, that's what you know. But that's not.
Economics.
That's not what America knows.
Language.
I don't give a fuck about what these know. These niggas.
I'm not talking about your mentality, bro. I'm not talking about your mentality or my mentality. I'm talking about how we're perceived in America. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter if you want to put your head down and say, "No, that's not me." I mean, that's fine, but that doesn't change.
It's not about putting my head down. I think you misinterpreting me like I'm ignoring
put
shit.
your head
Like,
up.
nah, that's not what I'm saying.
No, I don't think
Put
so.
your head up and you say that I'm not second class. That's still the same. It doesn't change the narrative. Society sees you as second class.
Yeah.
But all right, but even within that, okay, but even, all right, that's funny that you say that though, Paul, because I feel like the same way. Because even when people from other countries come here, they be looking down on black people too. It don't even fucking matter. It ain't even just white. Like a fucking a nigga from Nepal come over here, he be like, okay, at least I'm better than them niggas over here. Asian person, at least I'm better than them niggas. Spanish people, at least I'm better than them niggas. Everybody, all right, if you want to put it in that context, everybody look at us like
that's facts. No, that's facts.
Even Africans, even some Africans look at us in that.
No, that's facts.
Yeah.
Nigerians, everybody.
Wild shit about black people.
Africans, Nigerians, everybody. And you know what's even worse? When you go overseas and they ask you what you are and you say you're American, they fucking laugh at your ass because you don't know what the fuck you really are.
Mm-hmm.
That's when deep. You know. That's when you know they took your history from you. Because you you go to fucking Africa and you tell them you're American, they be like, motherfucker, you dumb. Like, they fucking.
Hey, great point. Hey, Paul, great point. That's an overtime conversation because that leads into that whole thing about like if we went to another country, would anybody really accept us? You know what I'm saying? Like really, like, I think we can have a deep dive about that. I think we can have a deep dive about that because we can talk about different races and different cultures and different parts of the world. So, you know what I'm saying? If y'all want to go ahead and, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. Let's wrap it up.
Cancel this shit. Cancel that bitch.
Al, you got anything before we head out? You got anything to say, Al?
No, I was just gonna say it don't really matter, but I was just gonna say like, you know what I'm saying, we talk about Ethiopians and we talk about Chinatown. We also talk about like those are little pockets and subsets of like communities and different things. And like yes, they keep their money and they circulate their money within their communities. But at the same time, if you look at the different black businesses and everything, they are spread out. And yes, there is like different subsets and communities of black businesses. But at the same time, you can look around and you can see a black business and not necessarily know it's a black business until you like truly patronize it and everything of that sort. So it's not necessarily like we have a black community, and I'll just say, and I'll throw this out, but we have a black community in fucking in Bowie, Maryland. you know what I'm saying, that's where the money circulates, and that's where like everybody traffics and knows where like, all right, we're gonna go to Bowie to go spend our dollar, as opposed to like Silver Spring, downtown Silver Spring. It's like, all right, well, Ethiopians and the different ethnicities are around there, and then also we have Chinatown, where it's downtown DC, and then like, you know what I'm saying, like it's different pockets. So you know what I'm saying, like, in Black community, it's like, you know what I'm saying, like we are working on, I don't necessarily, we have our own businesses and our own flourishing businesses, our own opportunities to flourish that are outside of the norm or outside of one community. And that, I mean, I think it's,
that's a start in the, I'm not opposing on it. I think that's a start individually, but I would love to fucking see like a Black fucking like just shopping district. You know what I'm saying? Like just all Black fucking businesses. So all Black people shopping in there. Shit. That's
nigga, Baltimore.
I'll give you one. It's one in Tacoma, Maryland. That same that I talk about. The Spice Suite on. I know it's not necessarily like a full shopping district of all types of different things, but it's a.
Where is that? In Tacoma Park?
Not Tacoma Park. Sorry, I always get Tacoma Park, Tacoma, Maryland, wherever that Tacoma metro station is. So it's like it's a Black.
That's Tacoma Park.
Like it's.
Like Tacoma Station?
Yeah. So like around there.
Tacoma Park.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not from around that neighborhood.
All right, go ahead. My fault. Go ahead.
So it's like a strip or whatever, where it's a Black corner store. Like it's a whole strip. Like, I mean, I'm not saying it's a whole fucking, like, you know what I'm saying, like a mile long block of Black community businesses, but it's a strip that is a Black corner store, it's a Black barbershop, it's a Black restaurant, it's a Black Spice Suite, it's a Black nail salon. It's like a Black community that's right there on that whole strip. Every business on that block is a Black strip. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a pockets within the community, but we might just not know about it. Like, and unless you know.
Well, with that information you just said, make sure niggas know about that place you talking about. So if you can get that, we cut this out, and you know what I'm saying? Let niggas hear this segment right here. Because niggas need to know about that place, you know what I'm saying? And it's close enough to all of us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like I said, and the only reason I was saying like Tacoma and Tacoma Park, because I mean, I know there are different parts of Tacoma, Maryland, and Tacoma Park, but it's like close to the DC side. So I think it is the Tacoma Park metro station. But yeah, it's like, it's in DC. Shit, it's in DC, but it's
like right on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like right on the line. Yeah.
That's the Tacoma Park is like the Ethiopian headquarters.
Hell yeah, that was on Iceland. That's like the biggest Ethiopian population outside of Ethiopia.
I can see that. Yeah.
You know?
Everybody that was Ethiopian and went to Bowie State was from Silver Spring. All of them. Like every last one. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I did.
But like, once again, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm saying, my man Al, HBCU made, support your Black colleges. Once again, we out here at Flight Room TV. Great conversation once again. Like I said, man, we like these different opinions and different points of views. That's what makes us. You know what I'm saying? So I hope y'all appreciate the conversation. Like, subscribe, follow, comment, and we'll see y'all again. Peace.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for overtime.